Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand how the school admin platform of Hyriki looks like, what is it that it can help you with, and how you can use it to your best benefit in assessing the quality of teacher candidates and hiring them. Let's get into the details of this. So when you have already, your school admin platform account, this is basically your dashboard homepage. Okay. And this dashboard homepage, you can see some active jobs that are posted under the school. We have some number of applications, we have number of interviews scheduled, and we have number of offers sent. Okay. At the same time, you can take a glimpse of what are the active job vacancies that are posted currently. If you would like to see all the job openings, you can go to all campaigns or all jobs here on the left pane, right? Now, you will also see certain insights on how many total candidates have applied to the across different jobs. You will also see your weekly activity. Let's say, for example, this week, Monday to Friday, what has been the applications so far? Okay. Now here, once you see this, let's go and understand what does the jobs module here help you with. So I'm clicking on jobs here. So in this module, you will see all the job openings that this school has posted. You will see secondary maths teacher, Hindi teacher, middle school SST teacher, science teacher, English teacher, and so on. Okay. Basis this, you can also see what each of these job openings have in detail. For example, you can go and click here on view job details. Once you click on this, this is the job detail page that will open up, right? So the job details will be here because there's a school name here, there's a job name here, and the total number of applications for this job. This will also be useful for you because you will see all the details of the job here, and all of these details are editable. You can go to edit and edit them anytime you want. Under this job details page, you will also see this, there is this assessment tab here. Okay. Under assessment, you will see there is an MCQ assessment, demo assessment, and interview rounds. These are the three options that you have selected when the job was configured and the assessment was configured, right? Now, under view questions, you will see which questions are selected for this particular job that is created. When you click on this, you will see all the possible questions. Since at the time of job creation, the easy difficulty level was selected, you will see that all the questions are marked with easy. There are certain questions based on pedagogy, certain questions based on subject knowledge, some certain questions based on communication skills, and certain based on digital literacy. Because there were only 5 questions selected for the demonstration purpose, you will see 5 questions. But if you have, let's say, if you select 10 questions, 20 questions, 30 questions, you will see those many number of questions for the particular job. Now let's go ahead and understand that under this job, which candidates have applied and what is their status. Now this candidate that you can see here is only specific to this particular job. Okay. If you select and click on this arrow here, you will see the candidate details as well. So for example, this candidate is the qualification is MA BEd. There is this work experience, as you can see. There is a document, there is a resume as well. And there is a detailed activity tracker here. Okay. So for example, when did the assessment begin? When did the assessment turn into progress? Has the assessment failed, passed, depending upon whatever it is? Now, especially in this case, it looks like there is a suspended activity because the assessment was suspended due to some malpractices or changing of tabs, or the candidate was not seen on camera for the proctoring assessment, so on and so forth. Okay. You will also see under the candidate what is the MCQ assessment that this candidate had got. Same assessment like it was. when you saw the question bank. Okay. Since the assessment had gotten suspended, it is currently not available here, if you see, correct? No questions found. Under video assessment, because obviously the assessment, MCQ assessment of itself suspended, the candidate did not move to the next round. Under MCQ assessment, you will also see that either the assessment is currently being taken or it is suspended, and we can also see certain incidents. Now, there were 14 incidents that were detected, which actually resulted into the suspension of the assessment. There is a face mismatch here. There is a face mismatch again incident which was captured. So so what has happened basically, the candidate who had begun the assessment, either there were multiple people or the face was not available throughout the assessment, and hence, after 14 such incidents that were captured, the assessment was suspended. All right. Now let us see under the candidates module. Under the candidates map module, you will see the candidate list across all jobs posted by this school. Okay. So these were the number of candidates that you can see that who have applied for across jobs for this particular school, right? You will also see their status. Okay. This candidate is interview ready. This candidate is assessment failed. This candidate is suspended as we just saw right now, right? Now, you will also see their scores. If, let's say, for example, now this candidate might have either exited the test, so you can see that the MCQ round score is 0. So M, V, and I is basically round 1, round 2, round 3, which is MCQ assessment, video demo, and interview assessment. Since this particular candidate has possibly gotten a 9 out of 10, they have passed the assessment. They have got 5.7 out of 10. They have also passed the demo round, and hence this candidate is interview ready. Okay, which means 2 rounds are cleared. This candidate is waiting for the interview to be scheduled. Right now, let us see the next tab, which is interviews. Under the interviews tab, you will see that you can see a calendar where you can schedule the interview. Okay. Now, obviously, you can see that currently the candidates have either you cannot see any upcoming interviews because there are no scheduled interviews for now. But let us see that we can create this interview. Now, if you remember, this particular candidate was ready for interview, so it is appearing under the schedule candidate or schedule interview tab, right? You can select on schedule and this tab will open. Like how you schedule a Google meeting or any other meeting, you can schedule the same here. For example, you can select the date, you can select the time. Let's say you select the time, let's say 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 4. Now, if you remember, we had selected online or offline interviews while we configured the assessment, right? However, you have the choice to select again on-site, which is offline, or a Google Meet option. If you select the Google Meet option, the video link to the call will be auto-generated and will be sent to the panelist as well as the candidate, right? Now, let's select Google Meet call for now, which is an online interview. Here you can actually select the interviewers. Okay. You just have to type out their email address. For example, let me type this, right? And if there are multiple, then you can select them by putting a comma where one interviewer is there. You can also select the other one. Let's say this is the second interviewer that we have selected, which is again done. Okay. If you want to add any notes, for example, this is a recommended candidate, or this is a top candidate recommended by the system, so on and so forth, so that the interviewers can see this. If you don't want to add, that is also fine. Once you do this, you schedule interview. Done. The interview is scheduled. The invitations will be sent across emails. So this is how you schedule interviews. Overall, you can also see the analytics across the school, right? These analytics are little detailed than what you see on the dashboard, okay? For example, how many jobs are currently being seen? Now, especially this is the data for this week. But if you select all time data, you will see across all time, this data is available. There were 8 jobs, 7 applications, 0 offers till now. Okay. You will also see a hiring funnel here. Okay. Which means how many people have started the assessment, total number of candidates, past candidates, failed, appealed, which means if there are any incidents of malpractices and the assessment is suspended, they can also make an appeal. And you will also see if there are any completed candidates, scheduled, hired, and finally, after hiring, offer accepted or declined, right? And you will also select certain important statistics here, which is conversion rates, application to assessment rate, application or other assessment to demo rate, demo to interview, interview to offer, and offer to hire. At each step, what is the success rate that you're getting, right? Here you will also see some important candidate data, which means how many male candidates have applied, how many female candidates have applied, how many candidates have not disclosed their gender or do not wish to disclose their gender, how many, what is the age distribution? This is also important metric. And currently, since candidates might not have revealed the age, the data is not available. At the same time, you will also see which are the cities that candidates are applying from. And over time, what is the nature of applications? Okay, so let's say from last 3 months or 4 months or 6 months, you can see November se lekar, let's say from example, November to December to Jan to March. Okay, you will see what is the total, trends of applications, right? So this is exactly how the dashboard detailed thing works like. And finally, I will also show you the settings where school information, account information, etc. can be changed, right? Which you have done while setting up the school. So this is how the entire dashboard looks like for schools. This was a dashboard tool. Signing off. Thank you.